Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're talking about how to affordably travel the world. I know what you're thinking. Traveling is expensive, and yes, it can be. But there are a lot of ways to save money and still have an amazing time. In this video, I'm going to share some of my top tips for affordable travel. I'll cover everything from flights to accommodation to activities. So if you're dreaming of seeing the world, but you're on a budget, be sure to watch this video. Tip number 1. Be flexible with your travel dates and destinations. One of the best ways to save money on travel is to be flexible with your dates and destinations. If you can, avoid traveling during peak season, such as the summer holidays and Christmas. Instead, try to travel during the shoulder season, April, May, and September, October, or even the off-season, November, March. You can also save money by choosing less popular destinations. For example, instead of flying to Paris, try flying to Lyon. Or, instead of visiting New York City, try visiting Philadelphia. Tip number 2. Book your flights and accommodation in advance. The earlier you book your flights and accommodation, the more likely you are to get a good deal. Many airlines and hotels offer discounts for early bookings. You can also save money by using a travel search engine to compare prices from different providers. Be sure to sign up for email alerts so you're notified when there are price drops on your desired flights and accommodation. Tip number 3. Stay in hostels or guest houses. Hostels and guest houses are a great way to save money on accommodation. They're also a great way to meet other travelers from all over the world. If you're not sure where to start, there are a number of websites that list hostels and guest houses. You can also read reviews from other travelers to get an idea of what to expect. Tip number 4. Cook your own meals. Eating out can be expensive, especially when you're traveling. One way to save money is to cook your own meals. Many hostels and guest houses have kitchens that guests can use. If you're staying in a hotel, you can try to find one that has a kitchenette or microwave. You can also buy groceries from local markets and cook meals in your hotel room. Tip number 5. Take advantage of free activities. There are many free things to do in most cities, such as visiting museums, parks, churches, and mosques. You can also check your local tourist board website for a list of free events. Another great way to find free activities is to ask your hostel or guest house staff for recommendations. They're usually happy to help. Tip number 6. Use public transportation. Public transportation is a great way to get around and save money on travel. In many cities, you can buy a day pass or weekly pass that gives you unlimited access to buses, trains, and subways. If you're renting a car, be sure to compare prices from different providers. You can also save money on gas by driving less and walking or taking public transportation more. Tip number 7. Take advantage of travel discounts. There are many travel discounts available to students, seniors, and military members. Be sure to ask about discounts when you're booking your flights, accommodation, and activities. You can also find travel discounts on websites such as Groupon and Living Social. Tip number 8. Travel with friends or family. If you're traveling with friends or family, you can save money by sharing accommodation and activities. You can also cook meals together and split the cost. Traveling the world doesn't have to be expensive. By following these tips, you can save money and still have an amazing time. So what are you waiting for? Start planning your next adventure today.